McNair gives it to George, running right up the middle. Touchdown! Titans! There are no flags on the field! It's a miracle!
Safety, now you're one-on-one with the...
Shows why he's the man! In trouble. Sack!
One. Ladies and gentlemen, Titan Nation, welcome back. Today we're going to do a breakdown of the Indianapolis Colts, but we're going to talk about our nice victory, or I wouldn't even say nice, it was our dominant performance against the Chiefs. We have here Lance Smith. What's up, Lance? How you doing, man?
Woo! Tighten up. Loving it. I'm drunk on victory, man. I can't contain myself.
How was your voice for the Chiefs game, man? How did you?
Dude,
your voice?
My voice is dead every Monday, Tuesday, depending. Just a little honey and tea. I was going nuts. I mean, the Monday night game was like a religious experience practically. And then to follow that up with the Chiefs win. And honestly, I mean, at the beginning of the season, I thought, the Chiefs, it's going to be really hard. They're the Chiefs. Yeah. But as the season started, you could see they had problems. So I know that we didn't dominate and destroy the Chiefs of 2 years ago like we wish we would have in the AFC Championship game. But, as a resume goes for a team, beating the Bills and the Chiefs, I don't care the situation.
Exactly.
That's strong. So, I'm feeling a certain special kind of way.
it was nice, man. That Bills, just the atmosphere itself. Again, right into you. I know you're on the stage. You got your thing, and you're seeing a bunch of people and meeting a bunch of people and seeing, which is really nice. Is that you connect to a lot of people because they go to the games a lot. So like I think it was one of the young ladies. She was like, you're like, oh, where's your son? Would like to see him. Haven't seen him forever. It's nice. It's really nice.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, I mean, I'm just like everybody else out there, man. I'm just a diehard like everybody else. Used to go to the games years ago with my dad, just as a fan, and just sort of to have that gig now, it's incredible. I mean, I was really done. I've been on camera and on television for over 20 years, but I was done with it before the Titans called me up, for people in the organization called me up to do the gig. And I was like, well, all right, I'm done on camera, but I'll do this one last thing, because it's not, I don't see it as like a media job, I'm just more like a cheerleader with a mic. But yeah, everybody that comes by, I love when people come by and say hey to me and, strike up conversation. I'll talk Titans all day long. But yeah, we're in a special place, and as a fan, and then just somebody associated with the team. I mean, trust me, inside the building and behind the scenes, everyone's just as elated. I mean, winning has this effect on, everybody behind the scenes too. I mean, Vrabel and company are trying to be, low key about it and game by game, but the rest of us freaks are just like, oh my God, look at us.
Definitely, man. I mean, it's one of those things, and you get these relationships. Like the way I met, it's crazy. When you first came on my show, we did it live. It was last year.
Yeah.
And Jim Lacey was on. I never met Jim, but then you were like, man, you have to have his cheesecake.
Oh yeah,
cheesecake, man, it's amazing. And again, he's a good friend now. It's great how things just kind of develop and stuff like that. It's cool, man.
Well, that's what the Titans community should be about. That's what good football community should be about. And it's funny though too. I mean, we're heavy on Twitter. I mean, obviously Twitter is what brought a lot of us together.
Yeah.
I don't go on Facebook. I got to get back on there. There's a 20-second element. If you're watching this and you're part of the 20-second element, you're like, why isn't Lance written it? I don't use Facebook. I hate Facebook, and I'll get on there eventually, but I hate that site. Twitter, however, I rather enjoy. And I see how it's brought a lot of us together. I also see some of internal squabbling. I guess I see more of that on Facebook as well. And I implore everyone who is affected by negativity within the fan base. Look, we're not all the same. Okay, we don't vote the same. We don't eat the same. But the one place we are the same is this two-tone blue, and just keep that front of mind. And if negativity arises, what's that Drake meme? A little bit of that.
It happens, man. It's human nature, right?
Right.
People are gonna give their opinions. I mean, it's what it is. I mean,
yeah.
It's how you deal with it, right? It's
how you respond.
Exactly. You're gonna, argue with it. I don't. I
used to, but I mean, like, but you know what, dude? When you're a dad, you're like,
too much stuff going on. Like I got, like this is nothing. Like no, So I mean, like I said, but well, Bills game was awesome. The Chiefs game, what you guys did with the ladies of Titans Twitter was another thing that was really, really. I think that thing cemented just how different this organization is compared to others. I mean, I was talking about, I'm a big Yankees fan, right? Tried a Yankees Twitter, and I'm like, hey guys, messaging people, talking to them about Yankees, and they didn't respond, or they were kind of like an ass. I mean, New Yorkers, what do you expect? So you get that a lot, but then you get this, Titans community where they'll talk and they're like, yeah, man, always helping, always looking to support, which is really, really nice. And then to see that elevate into the organization itself outside of that, having, all females, like the Carrie thing was awesome.
Carrie Romero doing the player introductions for the PA job. Yeah, she was great. She, and she's a huge fan, and like, she has a background on camera and entertainment. So it was really fitting. She tried out for the PA job, and though she didn't get it, and Matt Rogers did, everyone noticed her. And we knew we had this game coming up that was female empowerment. And as we got closer to it, hats off to the organization, my boss David Schindler. For leaning into this stuff. And I thought the Chiefs game and the presentation was great, and how, we're celebrating females in the fan base and women in football, and doing it, I think, the right way. And our owner is a female. And so exactly. It's like, I love it. I'm a girl dad. So let's bring more ladies to the table.
Absolutely, man. Again, they had their little tailgate. I remember watching them. They're all freaking out and stuff like that. I mean, you got a really good group of girls. The same thing with Stephanie Perkins. Stephanie is awesome.
Yeah.
That you don't understand. That video made me tear up because like you can tell there's so much sacrifice. I was like, the music. It's almost like that puppy dog music. You know what? You watch.
I think. Are you talking about the one when we announced to her?
Yeah,
she was fan of the year. Yeah, dude, I was emotional.
Yeah, man, it just all like, oh god.
Yeah. I think V Love, shout out V Love, on Twitter. He said more like something that called me Titans Tom Rinaldi, because he does the really like emotional.
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah, it was. Stephanie deserves it. She earned it, and those the ladies of Titans Twitter, those women, they really
they're awesome.
Yeah. They're incredible. So I was honored just to be a part of that. I love the fact that, when my boss calls me up and says, would you want to be a part of XYZ? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That's life-changing stuff. That's fun.
It really is. That's an experience that she'll always remember. And that's good. Especially the Super Bowl, man. Not only in that, just the Super Bowl and shit. So that's awesome. Let's talk about the Kansas City game. Okay.
Yeah.
So half of the team's hurt, secondary shaky. I was like, this is going to be a long day. I
was anticipating, I think I called it 41-35. At one point I was like, it's going to be 35-31. And I'm adding more points because I'm like, no, I knew that their defense was pretty suspect and giving up yards and points. But I'm like, but that's what they do. They're just going to match us. And I really thought that they would do what they did to Henry. And I thought that it would be an air game from Tannehill. I wasn't expecting our defense to do what they did. And I see why it worked. You watch it and you're like, oh, well, obviously. It was the first time that, that Bowen defense, that front four we're getting to operate
Yep.
like we had been planning. And that's what allowed the secondary to have all that extra help. Dude, we were rushing 4 most of the time. I think we blitzed once, maybe?
Once, yep.
One time?
All the pressure on the 4 guys in the front. That's crazy.
Bud Dupree. Yeah, everything we wanted out of,
Exactly.
Clowney and Beasley, we get now. And everybody saw, I'm so happy for Bud Dupree. Dude, Danico Autry.
Yep.
I mean, the word beast gets thrown around so much, but man, he was just a game wrecker. And then it just builds on itself. Then that's what frees up Harold Landry. And then, don't forget about Jeffrey Simmons. And I don't know what order to talk about these dudes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it was a thing of beauty to watch that line of theirs. And I know some rookies and whatnot, but still, we got to do your job. And we did. And we dismantled them, rushing only 4. I'm excited for the rest of the season, man. It's exciting. That was crazy to watch.
Definitely. And then the Colts coming out, they played Sunday night, right? I think it was against the 49ers.
In the river.
Yeah, it wasn't too impressive. But at the same time, Carson Wentz is getting a little bit more comfortable with that offense. He's starting to let loose a little bit. So you always have to worry about him against a division game. They're coached very well. We had trouble with them even in the first game. Yes, it's a different Titans team where I think less injured and there's more, playing time where we'll get more comfortable. But you still can't take Carson Wentz and the Colts. Not serious.
No, they're not going to be the same Colts team that we faced in, week 3?
I think so.
No, they're not going to be the same Colts team at all. And Darius Leonard wants to prove something. Derek ran all over them. I hope they sell out to stop Derek again. Yeah, I do. Try us, because it's like Julio, AJ, the rest of the wide receiver core. I mean, like, Tannehill's just getting hot, just getting started. So, sell out on Henry. So, bring it. But they're not going to be the same team. They are going to be hard. I don't think it's going to be easy. And it's going to be a tough game. Eddie George would always tell me on the Blitz, on camera, off camera, like beating a team. It doesn't matter how bad they are on paper. If they're in their division, it's so hard to beat a team twice in one season. So hard. Frank Reich, absolute utmost respect for the guy, the coach. He's going to game plan, and we're going to get their everything. But, I mean, finally, I think in this Chiefs game, and we saw a lot of it in the Bills game, though we had a lot of mistakes in the Bills game. We make fewer mistakes in that Bills game. It doesn't come down to the wire like it did. Still a tight game. Anyway, I think that we're hitting that stride where it is that pick your poison kind of offense. And I expect to see more of that. That's what I anticipate there. Carson Wentz, he may be healthier. He may have better ankles. But I think the key to him has always been getting him rattled, force him to make unscheduled throws, off-scheduled throws, force him to force him out of the pocket.
Little pitches that he did, that random pitch to the player, to a player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all right, so look at what we did to Mahomes.
Yep.
I think the succession that we've played these last handful of quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, Mahomes, I mean, these are athletic, mobile quarterbacks. Wentz wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he can extend a play, and he is a little mobile. I'll give him credit. He's mobile. Fine. We got another one. But the thing that I've seen out of our current Tennessee Titans defense that, honestly, I haven't seen it like this in years is the discipline. The ability to stay in your lane, to not overcommit, to wait for help, to corral. Hats off to the new Rashaan Evans that we're seeing now this part of the season. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. So the discipline that we show has proven to me that, like, you know what, we can handle anybody. So
definitely,
that's just how I'm a homer.
Yeah, I mean, I love one player that's kind of blown everyone out. Is David Long.
David Long Jr. Oh my God, yeah.
He shows up, man, and you can tell. You can be far out and still know if he hits someone, you're like, oh, that was David Long. It had to be, because he just He's
Yeah.
nasty. He's nasty.
51 has been flying all over the
He
field.
has a nose for the ball, man. Just knows what's happening.
I mean, he's honestly, that's how Jayon got noticed. Jayon, super mobile all over the field. So this linebacking core, this interior linebacking group, it's great that David's playing like he is. But what's fantastic about it is like we can keep these guys fresh. We've got some depth there, and they're all playing at a high level. But yeah, man, David Long Jr. He's been lights out this season.
Nasty, just nasty. What's your prediction? What do you got?
Colts. It's funny. It's like it depends on how we start. Vrabel always likes. I know we like the ball in the second half. We didn't get it, so we started hot in this Chiefs game and didn't let up. What up, dude?
Let's say what's up.
Nice shirt.
Yeah, it was for today. It was jersey or bring your shirt, and he brought.
That's Sonic. The one. And Sonic.
And the Titan shirt.
And Sonic. What?
Let's go. Right?
My kid loves Sonic too.
I'll play with you now, okay? Go in your room. I'll help you out. Yeah,
I won't keep him. My prediction. Let's see. I expect our defense to step up again. I like 27-17. Okay. I think. Yeah, I mean their defense is pretty solid too. I like us hitting another 27. That's a good number, 27. It's well with the franchise. Have you been naughty or nice?
Which one? You've been nice or naughty? Nice.
Yeah, you hesitated. I don't know.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah. It's one of the two. I had Michael Griffin on, and he jumped in, and so he's met half the Titans players I had on here. So he's not shy of. He's got to stay.
He's got to stay close by. He's got to see how to learn the switches and take over because he's going to fill in for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Mr. Titan Jr.
Yeah, Mr. Titan Jr. There you go. All right, buddy. Thank you.
I've been a little naughty, but I'm going to be nicer. We've got like 60 days or so before Santa shows up.
All right, before I let you go, Lance, let's talk about the thumbnail picture as you saw. All right, I'll put it.
I love it.
So I was looking for a good picture. I was like, okay, how I saw a bunch of pictures of you, no beard, hair, no hair. I mean, you kind of rocked all the looks, though. I'll give you that. I like the beard the best, but
yeah,
the hair wasn't bad.
I'm running out of options is the thing, though. Alex, it's not like I'm running through looks, but like I'm going through the closet going, what's my outfit of the day? And it's like I'm running with what God's given me. That's it. That's all we got. And I shaved this once, and my wife was like, nah. I mean, my kids were like, nah, you need to grow it back.
So how long ago was that picture?
The one I was 30, maybe right at 30, 31.
Okay.
That's 12, 13 years ago, man.
Oh, wow.
I'm an old man these days. I may seem young on the field because I've got so much energy, but I just leave it all on the field, and then I
crash at home.
I crash at home. I don't go out. Yeah, man. Look, I was on TV for a long time, and I had all those headshots, and that's a different world and a different life. So yeah, I'm very Googleable, but I don't even know that dude anymore.
Oh man.
I don't even know that dude anymore. There's pictures of me like interviewing Taylor Swift, and I'm all, pretty haircut and clean.
You know what? You got more wisdom now. Yeah, and your eyes. It's in your eyes, man.
Sure. Yeah, I've got lots of wisdom. I gave it all away for,
There we go.
I remember it's funny. I didn't start shaving my head and really just giving up on it until I'd say probably 3 years ago.
Okay.
4 years ago, well, maybe 4 years ago.
Was it hard to accept? I heard it's.
No, I mean once you see it coming.
Yeah.
Like you can try the different stuff.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work, man.
It does actually, but you have to. You have to, but you have to use it religiously, and if you stop using it, all that hair you grew falls out. Like it's not worth it. Just accept what nature is trying to tell you.
Exactly.
But I was at a Titans game. This is like year 2, and my hair was awful. It was like I didn't know what I was doing with it. I mean, I used to have a mullet back in the day and spiked hair.
There you go.
I was like looking like Andre Agassi, um, when I was a kid. But I was at a game, and some jerk, he kept hollering out. He was like, Lance, and I'm hearing my name, and I'm looking, and I finally see him, and just as I'm about to like go like say, hey man, what's up? Maybe I went to high school with him. I'm from there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I went to high school with him. Maybe I know him from Lance. And I start walking that, and just as I start turning that way, I hear him say, your hair looks awful. And I was like, and I just ignored him. And then I was like, all right, you can own that one, buddy. And I've been, people have said all sorts of things to me throughout my career. It's what happens when you're in the spotlight or on stage.
Yeah.
And you get used to it. Hecklers are hecklers, whatever. But then I'm sitting there talking to my producer because I got to go on camera in a minute, like in a commercial break. And she goes, is he yelling at you? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And he just keeps going. And for like 5-10 minutes, Lance, your hair looks awful. Lance, your hair, it's awful. And then it was just funny because I was like, well, that's, I don't want to, he's being mean to me. You're the guy while a football game is being played.
Yeah, you're focused on you.
it's yelling at the hype man, right? Or the commercial guy. Like, you're disrupting the people around you because you want to poke at that guy. But meanwhile, you're just the a-hole that's like, Lance, your hair is terrible. So I just let him. I'm like, you marinate in that, man. That's fine. That's all you. And that's what and then I went home and cried for a while and shaved it off. And then I was fine. I'm kidding.
I'm starting to thin like on the top.
Oh, dude, no. Look, you need to roll your hair out and hair dry it and own it.
Look. The reason, okay, you know how Walmart has like the little like security like TV in the middle of like the out. So I thought there was something on top of my head. It was and I was like, oh no. I was like, I looked, I'm like, is that the top of my head? I'm like,
it was the light.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, yeah. I freaked out. Like,
so I was 28 maybe, 27, 28, 29, somewhere in there, late 20s. And I was hosting the CMA Music Festival at Nissan Stadium. Now, I'm still working at CMT. I don't work with the Titans, but I'm at Nissan Stadium, or I don't know what it was then. It wasn't LP Field. It wasn't Adelphia. It was somewhere in there. Whatever. It's Nissan now. But I'm on stage at the CMA Music Fest, and there's, 50, 60,000 people there. And I'm on mic, and I'm like, what's going on, everybody? Look at this. You look amazing. Nashville, you're looking good. Look at this stage. And I turn around, and there's a big board behind me. And that's when so same thing as you, but my screen was much bigger.
Yeah,
but I mean, they probably thought I knew already, but I didn't. That camera's right here. I was like, this stage looks amazing. Oh my God, I'm going bald. I mean, I just like said it because I don't have much of a filter. And I said it, and the whole crowd laughed. But in my mind, I was like, it wasn't a joke. I just realized that.
I'm crying inside. Like, this is.
Yeah. So the first time you see it, dude, I know what you mean. But my advice to all men out there that are heading this direction, lean into it, baby.
Just grow the beard out. That's it.
Grow the beard out. Yeah, I think Taylor Lewan calls it the upside down face. Get yourself an upside down face.
There you go. That's how we're gonna leave this podcast.
Whoa, hold on. I said 27-17. What are you saying?
I'm saying I think it's gonna be 24 to 13. I think it's gonna be a 24-13 type of game.
So 13. All right. All right. We're going to hold them to 13. I mean, look, the way our defense is playing, maybe goose egg. I don't even know.
Yeah.
We'll
see if it's real.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it is real. It's just, is it sustainable? 4 wins in a row is hard.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
And
then we got to go out to L.A.
Woo! That's going to be the one I'm really curious about. That's the one where we kind of set where we're at, I mean,
yeah.
So we beat the Chiefs and Bills, and we won't get national media, whatever. I mean, it happens. I'm used to it already.
But well, there's two reasons we don't get the national talk. Yeah, everybody knew it as soon as. I mean, the most dominant 2-game stretch in the league, owned by us, but they don't talk about us. They talk about what happened to the Bills and what is going on with the
Mahomes. Yeah,
I think what is going on with Mahomes and the Chiefs argument over talking about the Titans. I think that's, and honestly, as we want to hear it, but I think it's warranted because, dude, they won a Super Bowl 2 years ago, and this is a hard drop off. This is weird.
Yeah.
So it's worth talking about. And we lost to the Jets.
Yeah.
Like, we don't lose to the Jets. I think we're talking, but like, we got to start being ultra dominant to be talked about. And Titans fans should just, enjoy not being talked about. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, it definitely will. But thank you so much, Lance, for coming on. I know your schedule is crazy. You're in and out, flying everywhere. But
it's good though. Hey, I gave you a shout out on the Titans Blitz.
You did?
Dexter McCluster was on. Yeah, you got to watch the replay. He was on, and I was like, yeah, Mr. Titan Party.
There we go.
What's up?
Well, I haven't – it takes forever that to come out, right? Like, it's supposed to come out every Wednesday, but, like, for it to actually upload?
I think the upload is Thursday or Friday. Anyway, it's there.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got the shout out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
But, again, we'll do this sometime later on this year. And I'll be at the November 21st game, the homecoming game.
All right.
That'll be my last game for this year.
Come give me a shout, man. Give me a shout. We'll get a pick. We'll hang. We'll talk, and we'll do this again for the playoffs. What do you say?
Exactly. There you go. I like that. Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Tighten up, buddy.
Tighten up, buddy.